Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I am Kevin.
And I'm Ray.
This is our little knitting fiber-related YouTube channel.
Yes.
Today is Saturday, March 6th, 2021.
Happy March.
It is just, It's 11 o'clock already.
Look at my hair already.
Okay.
It's because I put the head on right after I got out of the shower.
Truth. And
you hear the dog?
Today's episode 32.
This is exciting. Look, for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, episode 32. Let's get into it.
Tarquin's barking in the background.
He is.
So, hi, Tarquin.
He's not settled.
I feel very
yet.
close.
Me too.
Oh my.
Do we feel like we're
feel
right
I'm
there sitting on your lap?
Wow, this is very weird.
You want to back up? Back up then.
I just backed up a little bit.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know. It's a poop show already. That's just kind of how we roll, I guess.
This is what it is, right?
Yeah.
That is what it is.
It's so great to see you all. Welcome back. For all of you people who have visited us before. And welcome to all of you new viewers. They probably can't even hear Tarquin. And
no, they
probably
totally can.
Wondering why we're like laughing. Yeah, so all of you new people, thank you so much for coming by and checking us out. If you like what you see, give us a little thumbs up or hit that subscribe button. It's really helpful when we kind of know that people watch and like what they see.
Yes.
So we can keep coming back for more.
So thumbs up, subscribe.
I give you a thumbs up.
Comment. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So nice.
Happy Saturday.
So happy Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's.
I feel discombobulated and disjointed.
I do
already.
too, and I'm actually more prepared than normal. So let's.
Maybe that's why. I bet that's why.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
And
probably.
I don't wear my glasses too often when
maybe
we do
that's
this
where
anymore,
I'm distracted.
and I can see the reflection of the windows in them, so that's kind of annoying me. But whatevs. I didn't feel like putting contacts in today.
No, it's not a super sunny day today.
It's not. Mm-mm. It's not.
For all of you people who are interested in our weather here,
we've had nice
Connecticut.
weather though.
Did we say we're from Connecticut?
Well, if not, we are from
Connecticut.
Are.
We totally are from Connecticut,
where we live.
We do live there
with our dog Tarquin, who you heard barking earlier.
Yeah, I'm on pins and needles because I'm afraid that he's gonna
whatevs.
Not chill out for this.
No, he will. This is kind of like his time typically to kind of settle for a little bit. He gets up around 10-ish for his second get up of the day, gets a little energy
second
up,
breakfast.
And then
he doesn't eat though. It's like second energy.
And then he'll settle now for a bit.
Yeah.
So
we have
a couple FOs. We have a couple whips.
Yep.
We have a new cast on. Two new cast ons.
In this
episode.
Truth.
We have some owl post. We have some
break in the bank.
And we have some yarn dyeing.
Yeah. What should we call our yarn dyeing segment?
I don't know.
Somebody had a really okay. So, how was the past 2 weeks for us?
Yeah, let's talk about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because it's been a fortnight.
It has.
Unless you watched our live, then it has not been a fortnight.
Our live is not a typical episode. It's just chitty chatty, answering questions,
which is a typical episode of us.
Truth.
Yeah.
So let's see. It's been 2 weeks. What have we done? What's been going on?
So you did a Twitch stream.
I did.
Which you haven't done in a little while. That was nice.
Yeah, I did a Twitch stream 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Where I started my cast on, which I'll be showing later. I started that on the stream and really enjoy doing that. It's another way for me to interact with people in the community on a much smaller scale too.
Yeah.
It's not like our live where we have, a good number of people. Like I had like 20 people.
It's an intimate environment.
It is. It's intimate and it's nice. I like doing it. Hopefully, I always say I'm going to try to do it more, but who knows?
Yeah.
But it's hard with
life.
The weekends, like the weekends are so much to do, and especially with the weather getting nicer. There's going to be yard work and all that good stuff.
I'm excited for that. I say that now. Mark your calendars. I say that now. I'm very excited for yard work. I have plans in my head.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Keep them there, please.
No, I have to say them out loud.
No, don't say them out loud.
Because otherwise you're not going to help me with them.
No, I do. It's actually really funny. I thought about it the other day. Like, we kind of divvy up the yard. Like, you take care of the front and I take care of the back.
Which the front looks like crap, so what does that show? If I had an axe and a chainsaw, my life would be so much easier.
No.
It totally would.
Oh, Lord.
But the front, we have some dead areas that were where the weeds took over, and then I got lazy with the weeds in the last year. So now we're paying for it now, so we've got to rip all that up and put down some fresh grass, which we have the grass seed already.
We do.
Yep, so that'll be exciting. And then I want to cut back some of those bushes in the front, like with the neighbor's house.
How did we get to what we've been doing for the 2 weeks to yard work?
Well, you were saying how the weekends are tough.
How it's hard to stream on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. So if you're interested, when Kevin does stream, if you join him on Twitch, it's down below his Twitch channel, and you'll get a little notification when he does stream. If you choose to do that.
What else have we been doing the 2 weeks? Oh, I'm going to actually say a whole lot of nothing. It's actually been, like, we've done our knit nights, which have been nice because there was a period where we were like going every other week.
Yeah.
Again, just because of life. So we've been able to do that a little more regularly.
Yep.
So it's been nice doing that.
And we did the live.
We
kind of breezed over it, but we really love doing that. We love seeing you guys come by and chit-chatting with us and asking us questions. We, on this past live, if you haven't caught it, we do save them, so you can always go back and watch them if you're interested. But we did talk about some of our favorite products and some storage that we have and our knitting setups. My knitting setup, because yours is...
I don't have one.
Nah. So that was fun, but it was really fun.
Yeah, it's always a really good time to do that. I enjoy it.
Me too.
What else have we done, though?
We watched some shows.
We did. We've watched shows.
We did some
obviously
knitting.
Working. I don't know that we've been out much.
No. No, we were homebodies.
Yeah, I guess we have been, huh?
Yeah, but that's
that's just kind of normal.
Yeah.
Right? There's not a lot to do yet. The state here is actually lifting some of the gathering restrictions in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it gives me agita.
No, I don't think that there's going to be really any restriction except social distancing and wearing your mask. So it's kind of weird that things are going...
Yeah.
Not back to normal, because I don't know that it will ever be a
normal. No, but we're making some more...
But we're making progress, and we're trying to get back to some normalcy in our lives.
Yep.
At least here in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
So, let's see. I don't really think...
So, I think that's kind of been our 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, same.
I don't know that there's been too much. It hasn't, We're doing what everybody else is doing. We're staying home.
Yeah. And we're doing things.
Yeah.
At home. We're lucky that we have, like, hobbies that we can actually...
For sure.
Do stuff. And we've been playing a lot of video games.
Oh, we've been playing lots of Animal Crossing. Good thing we have, like... I'm glad that we're not in our old apartment. Can you imagine, like, being stuck in our old apartment for a year? I would have gone
we have space.
crazy.
We have some space here, which is nice.
But yeah, so we've been playing Animal Crossing a lot.
We have. I actually need to sell my turnips today. I haven't done that yet.
And I think that's pretty much it for, like, our 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tons of podcasts, like usual.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's so nice, though, to, like, turn on the TV at night and just, like, knit and have them on in the background or have some dinner and watch those podcasts and stuff. So we have some admin-y things to talk about.
So admin-y things. Let's start with coupon codes. We have 3 coupon codes for you guys.
Oh, 3 of them.
So
you guys are so generous. Thank you all so much.
We have Naughty Knitting Sacks.
We do.
Which we love her bags.
Totes.
And that code is PricklePants15,
sure is.
Which will get you 15% off your purchase.
Mm-hmm.
We have Trilogy Yarns.
That's PricklePants15. Next.
Trilogy Yarns, which is NATR15.
That's NATR15.
Which will get you 15% off your purchase, excludes her clubs.
Yes, which she has 3 of them going on right now.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, we have a new one, which is good until when?
March 17th. Nope.
19th?
Maybe. Let me check. I thought you wrote it down when we were talking about it.
I did not.
So much for being prepared.
So much. So this one is from By the Moonlight Studio, which you can find on Etsy. All of these shops will be linked down below. And the code is Ray15, which again is...
That's Ray, R-A-Y, 15. For 15% off until March 16th. So get on it.
While I'm drinking from this, and then let's just show our beautiful mugs.
I know, I love them so much.
So definitely check out Knit Swag Shop on Etsy. Because I do love these mugs. We now have 2.
We do. And they're such a great size. We talked about them in our live as well.
Yeah,
how much we
it's literally
love
my
them.
favorite size mug.
Ugh, so good. She's so creative. And how perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, which is coming up this month, right?
It is, I think, on the 17th.
Nice.
It's usually when it is.
So that's all the codes that we have. And then if you did not catch our live, we announced a new make-along.
We did.
We have the spring cleaning mal, which the idea of it is to let's just get some whips done. So anything that you had that was a whip before March 1st is eligible to be submitted as an FO in the FO thread if you finish it by May 31st. We also have a chatter thread that is up as well.
We do.
And that's it. That's all it really is. There's it just has to be a whip before March 31st to be entered.
Right. In any condition or progress.
Correct.
Just finish it up. That's all it is.
That is.
Yeah.
But that leads me to my question of the episode.
Okay.
The question.
It's early to have a question of the episode.
Well, no, I try to throw it in at the beginning lately, I think.
There will be call that segment. Let's have segments. I don't know. I want to be organized all of a sudden. Maybe because I want to do some spring cleaning.
Okay. I don't even know where to go with this.
Okay. What were you saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
The question is, what is your longest standing whip?
Yes. What do they call it?
Lingering.
No. Is it? Oh, maybe so. Languishing. Is that right? Is that the right use of that word? Languish. To just kind of like lay around. Right? Isn't that languish what languish means? Vocab 101 with needles at the ready.
I can't.
We're here for all your educational needs.
So
yes, this is a shit show.
Where was I going with it? Oh, the question. So your longest standing whip. So mine is, I think it's called the Red Shift Shawl.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's been forever.
I know, because I remember working on it when I was watching Braden.
Wow.
So he is going to be 10.
No.
Yeah, because Beth was pregnant with him when we got Tarquin. So Tarquin's going to be 11. Braden's going to be 10.
Stop it.
So that means it's probably a good 6 years old.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so that's going to have to come out of hibernation.
Yeah, you know what else can come out of hibernation?
Let's not talk about anything else besides that at the moment.
Okay. So I have my longest whip is only a couple months old, I think.
Yeah, and
that's the blanket that I got from
Joann's.
Yeah, I can't remember so it counts. Here's what we were talking about today. So that is I was using like that blanket yarn or that chunky polyester yarn in a giant cake, which if I can remember, maybe
isn't it
I'll
called
link
Blanket in a Cake?
Blanket in a Cake?
Maybe.
No,
that's not even a good name. If that was the name, I wouldn't buy it.
You're so bougie. You could buy it.
Blanket in a Cake.
Blanket in a Cake. No, but it's not called that. Anyway, we have no idea what we're talking about. But the I'm gonna rip that out and then crochet it.
Good for you.
That's considered.
Yeah, that would definitely be. Yeah, because it's a whip currently.
Yeah.
If you rip it out and start a new project with it, whether it's a brand new project or a different medium.
Okay.
And
good word.
And use it in a different way, then yeah, that would definitely be considered. So that's the cal, and that's the question.
Because you can sew, you can knit, you can crochet, people were saying quilt. You can finish it.
For sure.
Totally.
And then, so that was that. We did the question. And then the next thing we talked about in our live, which we're really excited about, is we are going to start a Zoom men's knit night, a monthly men's knit night.
Yes.
So we've had some people reach out to us already who are interested. So we've been sending out a Google form just to get like first name and email address so we can get an idea of how many people are interested and send out like the information. And we're trying to decide now how many people to have. Like we think if we go with who knows? We could be overjudging too how many people are going to be interested.
True.
But let's say we had 40 people.
Right. That might be a little bit too many people to have in one Zoom.
Right, just to allow people to actually have conversation. I don't know if 40 people is going to be too much, so we're thinking more along the lines of 25. And then if people want to continue coming, that's the only thing we have to figure out how to manage is how to like rotate people. So we're hoping to have the first one up and running by the end of this month for our first one. So
and it's all a learning experience, so we'll see how it goes. So the Google form, the link to the Google form will be linked down below the video for the men's knit night. And like Kevin said, you just, fill out the information. We're going to try to do first come, first serve, and then go from there. We'll see. It's all new.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool way to get people together.
Right. We enjoy our Thursday night one so much. So we just thought it would be a really good time. I feel like somebody we hang out with had talked about this before, and that we were like, oh, that's a cool idea to do a men's knit night. So just another way to get another community going. I know there's a lot of men's retreats. Mm-hmm. Some of them aren't happening because of COVID. So this is just another way for people to kind of connect and talk and hang out.
Yeah. And then who knows where that's going to, how we can expand on that, to include other people or do some other different things, maybe not on a regular basis, but, This is our first time using a Google form as well. So who knows?
And the other thing we were thinking about with this, that literally just came up before we came up here to record, is our initial idea was to have it obviously at night on a Friday or Saturday night, our time on the East Coast. So we were thinking 7, but we're not opposed to doing it either on a Saturday earlier in the day here, let's say noon East Coast. No, 2 o'clock East Coast time. Because then that maybe will allow people. From, I don't know where else, but so if anybody has any feedback on that, definitely let us know. We're open to feedback while we try to get this going and started. So
yeah, and there is an option when you're filling out the Google form for preferred days. There's also none or either. You can kind of fill those up.
So that's kind of all the admin stuff.
That was a lot of admin
minutes
stuff.
In.
Wow, sorry, all.
But we haven't had a lot of admin stuff for a while. We haven't done a make along or.
I know this is our first make along since. Was it Knit One and Done? Was that the last one that we did?
No, our last one was our Benjamin Matthews, I think.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's talk about some knitting now.
Let's do some knitting. Not do some knitting. Let's talk about doing some knitting.
Yeah. Do you have any FOs?
I do. I have 2 of them. Would you like to see?
I would.
I have 1. I have 2. I'll show you one now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is... I showed this a few times, but now it's fully completed. This is the cowl I made for my mom. This is a combination of 2 different patterns. This is the sockhead slouch cowl and beanie kind of mixed together, and the barley light. So I know I talked about this, but they're both free patterns. I cast on 150 stitches. I did a garter panel. A third of those stitches, I did a 1x1 ribbing for about 1.5 inches ish, and then I had finished this hat, the barley light, for my mom, and then I had a bunch of yarn left over, so I wanted to knit until I finished the yarn, and look what I have left. Didn't I do good?
Yeah.
Right? I probably could have gotten one more row out of this.
But that's not.
But please, it's not worth it.
Not with the yarn chicken.
So this is Superfine Yarn Co. Out of Cleveland, Ohio. And this is on her Righteous Sock base in Lucky Penny. It's 393 yards, 100 grams. And it's 85% superwash, extra fine merino, and 15% nylon. You can see, it is drape-tastic. And so, it's actually a decent size, neck warmer kind of cowl. I think it's nice, It's not giant, but...
Yeah, no, it fits well.
Yeah, it does. It's nice. It smells really delicious as well. So that's that. So I'm going to give this little matching set to my mom.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice gift.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's such a beautiful colorway.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Did you talk about is it 80-20?
The content? I did, but I'll say it again.
No, that's all right.
Well, because maybe if you didn't pay attention, maybe nobody else paid attention. So this is Righteous Sock. You can't see it. I wonder if you get your eyes out of the way. No? I don't know. Whatevs. It's 85% superwash, extra fine merino, 15% nylon, 393 yards for 100 grams.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Wunderbar. And this is all I have left.
Wunderbar. And so you can continue to go.
'Twas a pleasure.
No FOs.
You have no FOs?
No, I don't have any FOs.
Oh.
I actually didn't do much knitting. That's like that.
Oh, sorry, I slurped my coffee.
A week ago.
My bad.
2 weeks ago, rather. So after we did the last episode, up until like this past weekend, I didn't do a ton of knitting. Just a little bit on the Paris Toujours.
Yeah.
But not too much knitting. So.
Okay. Well, my second FO was a hoe last time, and I finished the second sock. So I have a matching. Oh my god, these are gorgeous!
Such a
Aren't these freaking
great colorway?
I know. This is the second one that I did. I can hold them back.
Oh my gosh!
Here, it's good.
It's so
they're good.
Nice.
So the yarn is Trilogy Yarns. This is thanks. Trilogy Yarns on her plush base, which is her MCN.
These actually feel very dense.
Well,
like,
so
very tight fabric.
Yeah, I knit those on a 9-inch circular needle, and I have no idea why I just closed my eyes. That's creepy. 2.25 millimeter 9-inch circulars. I did 72 stitches. I did Judy's Magic Cast On, because I did these toe up. So Judy's Magic Cast On. I knit. I have a size 12 foot. Good job, Kev. You're great, Vanna. Keep it going. So I did 7 inches, and then I did Fish Lips Kiss heel.
Yep.
I knit another 5 inches of the leg. Some people were asking, and then I did 2 inches of a 2x2 rib. I did a sewn bind-off on those, and one thing that I did with the rib, or the cuff, I mean, is this is my first sock, and I showed this last time how it like pops out. I did a purl row here, but I did the purl row with the and I'm sorry, I didn't mention the colorway. This is Blueberry Tea from Nancy's Happy Hour Club, and I'll show you what I have left over as well. But I did a purl row here to kind of pop it out, and I think I said that I saw this on Crazy Sock Ladies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
video.
That's what it was.
So I wasn't sure how I felt about that purl row just kind of being like, it looks a little like reversed almost. I don't know. I wanted it a little bit cleaner. So the next one, I just knit a row of the blue, which is Knit Pick Stroll Fingering here, which is what I have left over. And I can't remember what the name of that one is.
Sapphire Heather.
So I just knit a row with the Sapphire Heather, and then I did a purl row, and I really like how it looks.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way that it makes
right?
that pop out.
Yeah, I did a 1x1 rib here. This is what I have left over, which is like 46 grams still left over with this yarn. So I'm able to do another pair, maybe a pair of shorties or something.
I don't know that you would be... Yeah, shorties for sure, but
so
not
Nancy's,
another...
Well, here's the thing. Nancy's base, her MCN base, is 450 yards per 100 grams.
Right, but if you have 46...
Yeah.
And which means that you've used at least 54.
Yeah.
So if you tried to replicate the same pattern, you wouldn't have enough. So you would have to go for shorties, you would, but you couldn't do a full pair of socks.
Or I can also knit these as a gift and do like some shorties with some smaller feet. Because when, you're knitting for a 12, size 12 or men's feet, like it's a lot more knitting.
Yeah. Or
what?
You could stripe it with this, do like 10 rows of the color, and then throw in like 4 rows of this, and do that all the way down and do some striping.
But don't you love them?
Yeah.
I love the color.
Or even like orange, throw some orange in there.
I could do a lot of things with this. So I have a ton left over. But I think they look cool as socks.
Yeah,
I do. I love how they knit up.
I love that colorway.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, that like the fluorescent greens and the oranges and the blue.
Yeah.
I still totally like if
a lot of people said the same thing.
Like I don't know why. A koi fish it reminds me of.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful color.
It is beautiful. Nancy did a great job.
One of my favorite colors that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, same. I love it. It's one of my favorites too. So those are my 2 FOs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do we have for whips? How many do you have?
2.
I have 2 as well.
Why don't you go next since I've been talking a lot?
So my first whip you guys have seen so many times, and you will continue to see this until it's complete. This is going to be my Montrealer by Vincent, Designs by Dells.
Were you going to try to say his last name?
Absolutely not. I would not.
I think it's Delons. Delons?
This
Vincent, are you watching?
This is in my Mrs. Brown's bag. So this is our Thursday night knit night.
Yeah.
A bunch of us decided to cast this on January 1st and just kind of have like a knit along, but informal, no deadlines, no rush. Just work on it when you can. So some people have made modifications where they finished it, like didn't do a bunch of stripes, didn't do the pocket or the hood.
And they all look amazing.
They do. So I struggled with this, but not like because it's a hard pattern. It's just because I'm a doofus and I don't read all the time. So in last episode, I had said that I had made a mistake with my pocket and that I was going to need to tink back some rows.
Yes.
But then I really made a mistake with my pocket, and I had no idea where the mistake was. I actually think it was at the beginning, and I was counting my rows incorrectly. Oh. So I did all my increases for the pocket at the wrong spots. So what I did is I just took the pocket out completely, and I let it sit for about a week and marinate, and then I went back to it. So I have finished the body of the sweater.
You did.
And did my pocket. I do have to do my pocket tab here, we'll say. So what I'm going to do for mine, and you'll see when Ray shows his, I was initially going to do the entire side of this pocket in this orange up here.
Yeah.
I'm only going to do 2 rows, and then I'm going to go back to the dark blue, just so I have a little stripe of orange on the side. I think it's going to be really, really nice.
I think so, too.
So this is all knit out of...
I love your colors.
Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, Superwash worsted weight, and Delft Heather, Fjord Heather, and orange. I've tried it on and it fits beautifully. Mm-hmm. I did, for the first time, I did a Sewn Bind-off. I made one mistake right here. Nope, that's a lie. It's somewhere over here. I made a mistake where I forgot to
These are the best kind of mistakes where you can't find them.
Do it properly for about 2 to 3 stitches. So, there it is. So it's right here. It just doesn't have the same
connection.
Yeah, it's not as clean, but you would literally never know. I'll be the only one who knows. Because if anybody's looking where this is going to fall on my body, they're going to get kneed in the face.
That's the right answer, husband mine.
But I love the way that it looks. I love the fit of it. It's just as long as I want it to be. So I'm really, really excited for that. I will be focusing on this mainly, picking up my sleeves this weekend and starting that. So yes, this is my Montrealer.
Wonderful. Good. I guess I'll show mine since we're kind of on the same...
Please do so.
All right, I will.
Feel free to show yours. You know what we haven't talked about, though?
What you're wearing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And what you're wearing. So if you've been here before, you've seen this. It's like my favorite shawl.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This is my Vertices Unite by Stephen West. It is knit out of Lolo Did It and Savvy Skeins. Right? Yes.
No.
It is. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Lolo Did It, Earwax.
Do you have a project page?
What is that?
That was my...
What is...
That was my New Year's resolution. Not resolution, but like my goal.
I know it's earwax. And I didn't
do well.
Words and something else. I don't remember the names anymore. I talked about it so much, but I love it.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is in it out of.
I don't know. You have to go back and watch some of our older episodes.
All right. And what are you wearing?
Oh, why this thing? This is like my... This is one of my first... I think this is my very first Sockhead Slouch by Kelly McClure. And this is knit out of...
That is knit out of...
She is something else now. She changed her name.
We got her at Knit New Haven.
Yeah.
She has a podcast.
Totally.
Corgi.
Yeah. Once Upon a Corgi. But it's different. I think, didn't she change her...
Did she?
I think she changed her company name, but I'm not quite sure. So but this is Once Upon a Corgi in her Corridale.
Yeah, it's a Corridale base.
And I think the colorway is called Death.
No.
Yeah.
Is it Death?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then sockhead slouch. I love it. And this is like my most worn hat. I love it so much. I love the sockhead slouch. I'm due for another one soon.
Yeah, I'm kind of due for one as well.
Yeah.
I actually think when I knit mine, I need to go tighter. I need to go take some stitches off.
Okay.
Because I have mine which I knit out of Savvy Skeins, the Rustle Wagon Wheel.
I love that colorway.
Me too.
It's so good.
I feel like it doesn't hug my head really well.
Okay.
It's very loose, so. Yeah. Okay, back to you.
Back to me. This is living in my Knit for Brains large bag, which I love so much. And this is what I have done. I did
tons of progress on it.
Yeah, I finished the first sleeve. And this is where I added, I don't think I showed this.
I don't think so
either.
But
I added another accent of this oyster colorway. So I finished the first sleeve and I knit the second sleeve. So that's done as well.
And what I'm going to say, so here's how Ray's pocket thing looks. In the
pattern, it calls for using the main color.
Correct. I'm just going to do 2 rows here of the orange on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of it would be the dark blue.
Yeah. And it fits me so well.
It does.
And I love it so much. I'm a little bit nervous about when I get it wet. But I'm going to, be gentle. If I have to throw it in the dryer, I'm just going to
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
But it's going to be so cozy. And this is also knit out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Superwash. This color
is avocado.
Nope.
Bamboo heather.
Bamboo heather. The lighter green is avocado, and this is oyster. And I really loving it. I really am, and I love the pops, the extra pops of color.
Yeah, me too.
So I just now picked up. I picked up to start the hood. The hood has a lot of steps in it, so I'm really interested to see how it's going to go. So this was a provisional cast on, so I picked up the stitches here, and now I'm going to start knitting the hood. And you do one side, do some shaping and decreases, then you do the other side, and I'm not sure if we end up seaming it up or if it connects somehow. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I didn't want to start that yet because I think it's now is in a good spot to really show what the sweater looks like. But I love it. It's going to be so warm, and it's totally going to be a favorite sweatshirty type of sweater.
For sure. And that's exactly what I was going with mine is I wanted to make sure that it was a little bit longer than like a store-bought, I don't want to say fitted, but, maybe fitted sweater. I wanted it to be looser and more sweatshirty. Yeah. So I'm really, really happy with that. And I'm going to be really ambitious and say, if all goes well, these should be FOs by next episode.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping so. And I think it will be.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it will be because I've cleaned up 2 of my projects. I only have 2 whips left. One of them's a new cast on, which is going to take me a while to do probably. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Hope we finish them.
Yeah, I do have another sweater that I want to cast on.
I have 2 more already on the needles.
Whew. So, but I like the no pressure. It feels good to not have any to be pressured.
I was just saying to not be really sweater knitters for the most part, right? That's not our little forte, what we do all the time. But to start it on January 1st and not have it be our main focus either, we're going to finish a sweater in 2.5 months, which isn't bad. And this isn't, and it's not it's just one color. We did a pocket. We're going to do a hood with shaping on the hood. So there's a little more detail in it too than just a straight up
And there were a lot of new skills that I've never done a provisional cast on before. I've never done a sewn bind-off before. I've obviously never done a pocket before. He has you do some really interesting things in, making stitches and cable cast-ons. There were a lot of
there's a
cool
lot of
things,
techniques in this.
Yeah, that I've never seen before and really, really loved them. So it's a great pattern. And again, that's the Montrealer, which I don't think we showed the picture of.
We did not show the picture. Do we have it?
I have no, you know what? I dropped the actual pattern underneath my Rascog, and I forgot to get it.
I meant to.
Don't you have a pattern
I meant to bring my iPad up, and I forgot it on the charger.
Well, that's okay because look, I have it. I have access to things right here.
Can you? And then.
Oh no, I don't actually. Hold on. Pardon.
So my next. Well, no. Let's just wait. Let's not jump around. So we're just gonna sit here and stare while Ray does that.
I couldn't spell Montrealer for a minute there. That doesn't look right.
It's not in your library?
Mm-mm.
So?
You can carry on.
All right, so, well, I'm going to need you to pull up a picture of this, too.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, here's the Montrealer. Boop, boop.
It is a paid-for pattern.
Totally. It is $10 Canadian, $8.24 US, if y'all are interested. And the cool thing about this pattern is that you can change so many different things.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously made some modifications with the colors. You can omit the stripes and still have the same construction.
Sure.
If you want just to have, like, a straight-up, sweater, hooded sweater.
Or
you can find a different collar if you wanted to.
Or Aaron from Fiber Hustle did... he had showed on his Instagram, and I think on an episode, has done more color blocks on it, which his color choices were fantastic. So... yeah, you could just kind of make it your own.
It's a great, it's a great
really
pattern.
Well-written pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So my next project, if you can look it up, is the Paris Toujours by Isabel Kramer.
Okay.
It's easy if you just do Paris.
Okay.
And it is living in my Lila Styles bag. Look
I love that bag so much.
How cute this bag is. We have... hey, who's not on it, though? Oh, yeah, there he is. We have Harry and Hermione, Hedwig, Luna. They're all so cute.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
By Isabel Kramer.
By Isabel Kramer. This is not a free pattern.
Nope.
But
this is $4 euro, and about $4.99 in US, and that's how to say it. That's how it is. Paris Toujours.
So I am knitting this out of DK. You can knit it with fingering or DK weight. I went with DK, and I'm knitting it out of my own hand-dyed yarn. Here's one of my messy cakes. This is a nice, blue-gray.
It's gorgeous. You know what I appreciate with this pattern, too? We were talking about?
We talked about this during the live.
That they have males
that,
modeling it, which I think is fantastic.
Sells me on a pattern.
Yeah, totally.
All the time.
Yeah.
Show me a pattern with a guy wearing it, and I can see myself wearing it, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I get it. So here's where I'm at so far.
I love it. It looks really good.
Here, let's move it up.
I love the tonality of that yarn, too.
Yeah, it definitely has some really nice light and dark spots in it.
Yeah. That's fingering?
No, this is DK. I am working... I have some stitch markers on this side, just counting my repeats. I'm following the pattern, and I think I have to do, an 8 sections 6 times.
Wow.
Before I start the final section. So yeah, I've made a decent amount of progress on this.
You sure have.
I'm actually really enjoying knitting it on my Addies. These are my 5-inch tips.
Oh.
This is part of my interchangeable set, which I love. I talked about that in the live episode last week, that I love the 5-inch tips for shawls. It gives you some more room to put your stitches on.
And it gives you a better, handle.
Yeah, better grip. This pattern's really, really great. It is very memorizable. I don't look at it anymore. I'm just using the stitch markers to keep track. I don't have to continuously look at it. And I think it's another one where you can kind of customize it. Once you understand the makeup of the pattern and what you need to do, you can totally increase so there's some garter ridges. You can increase the number of garter ridges in between sections. You can increase the lace section if you want. You just need to know how many stitches you need on your needles, we'll say, to begin the next section. I think you always have to begin each repeat of a section with an odd number of stitches. So if you have 31 stitches after doing a lace and you want to do garter, you have to make sure that you end it with 39 or something like that. It can't be 38 to start your lace section again. So that's the only thing you need to be mindful for. But other than that, it's super easy. I would say it's kind of like TV knitting.
Really?
The lace isn't hard. It's super easy. But yeah, I would say you could do this while watching TV for sure. This is what I've been working on the past 2 weeks during our knit night. And I really do. I love the color of this yarn. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, that's my second whip. Love
Wonderful.
it. Totally recommend the pattern.
Great. I have... Okay, sorry.
I was just saying, I got the idea from Aaron over at Fiber Hustle. He was wearing it a couple episodes ago, and I sent him a message saying, what's that shawl? Because I would like it.
And he sent you a message back saying?
It is the Paris Toujours. And then I remember seeing it before, and here we are with me knitting it.
Wonderful. Circle of life. So this is living in my Mrs. Brown's bag. I cast on and I probably should have... I cast on Stephen West's Painting Honeycomb Shawl. Small honeycombs. This is by West Knits. He, it's interesting with him because he'll do like a big project or shawl with a bunch of different techniques in it, and then he almost like focuses on one of those techniques and creates a bunch of different patterns with that. So like this reminds me obviously of our slip extravaganzas with the honeycombs.
Yeah.
So like how cool, like it just seems like it's going to be a simple triangular shawl, large, like a schlanket, of course. I thought that was interesting, and it's a little bit weird because this is like my chaotic version of it almost. I wanted to do something with something different with Advent skeins, the mini skeins from an Advent, and this pattern said like his pattern uses, or his project uses 10 colors, I think. And so I had 13 plus a 100-gram skein in Trilogy Yarn, in her Trilogy Yarns Halloween Advent, the Hocus Pocus Advent that we got. And I was like, oh, let me try that. Let's see what it looks like. I love it. It's very different, though. So I'm trying to get organized. I'll show you my like yarn management. But I cast on and I knit to the point where I've used all of the colors so that we can kind of see what everything looks like. And so this is what I have so far. So it's like chaotic.
It is.
But it's so cool. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
And so it's all the different colors, and I'm using the 100-gram skein as the main color. It's totally like outside my, like I like clean lines and, colors and stuff, but this is totally, I think this is just going to be epic once it's all finished, because look at the back too. Where you can really see, I mean,
yeah, the back
don't,
you can
don't
really
mind
see,
all my ends. I know that gives people
You could definitely see
agita.
the colors on the back really nicely.
Yeah, so it's almost like once this is done and everything is weaved into, like the back is not, it's not going to be horrible when you see the inside of the shawl,
right.
Behind the shawl. But I think it's really fun. I think it's going to be really fun. And as the rows get longer and once this gets blocked, you're going to really be able to peek through. And
for
sure. It does remind me almost of like Halloween.
It does.
Right?
For sure.
So like this is going to be like really cool for the fall and I mean for whenever really. But I think it's really kind of neat.
Yeah.
So again, this is painting honeycombs. This is the small version. There's also a large version.
Which comes with the pattern.
Which comes with the pattern. Yeah, you get both. So I love it. I don't know. I love it. I'm doing the recommended needles for this, which I think is a 6. Oh, US 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3.75 millimeter. The pattern is easy to memorize. It's really the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it was a really easy section from what I remember doing in the Slipstravaganza. It was pretty easy.
I'm so excited to see like I said, as the rows get longer and longer, to really be able to see the yarn kind of breaking out.
Yeah.
In there, right?
Yeah, and there are even just now there's some color areas that pop a little bit more where there's a little more high contrast between them.
And the way that Nancy dyed the minis, I have them all in like little paper bags, and I put
those are plastic.
That's right, and I put the numbers on them, of like how I use them. But I think it doesn't really matter now. I think because the way that she dyes the yarn, some of these smaller rows are not going to be super, not descriptive. Aren't going to show the mini skein in its full glory until I can really get longer rows. Mm-hmm. So some of these colors you'll see, like this one here, it looks like it's only limited to maybe like 2 colors in there, 2 or 3 colors. But as you knit into the the mini skein, like look at some of the colors in the mini skeins. Like I might not have gotten to that part yet.
Right, it'll be fun to see it grow and change.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's gonna like grow and change, and it's gonna be really interesting. It's so different. I think it's just so different than anything that I've ever done before, color wise. And I just thought it was a fun way to maybe
do an advent,
use some advents, and I think it would be really cool for other advents too. That some people do their minis, maybe more tonal. You can do that, or if you want to just use 100-gram skein that doesn't have the speckles or variegation that this one does. So I thought it's fun. I think it's fun. I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Good for you.
Totally out of my comfort zone color-wise, but it's fun adding a new color, each time. And I think I'm just going to randomize them
going forward. Yeah,
I took a picture of them all together, which I thought that they all looked really cool together. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So this is all of them kind of together. They're all the minis and stuff. And they probably could be a fade.
No.
Well, you can kind of fade into some of this stuff. There's a lot of this, like, similar colors. It'll be an interesting fade. Not, like, exact, but... Anyway, I think they're going to look really, really cool. How fun is that? So... I started that boy last time.
Very nice, very nice. So that is it on the... Oh, no. I guess we'll do this. Well,
it's considered FO, so that'll be a nice transition.
Right, so now we'll talk about some yarn that I dyed over the last 2 weeks.
Lovely.
So the first ones we'll show, I had hanging behind us during the live.
Oh, that's right.
Because I'd done that the Saturday beforehand. And this is on a fingering weight 80/20. So this is like a yellowy green and a gray. So here they are. Well, let's do this. So I dyed up 4 of these.
I really like those a lot.
I really like it. So we'll undo one of the skeins. So here, it's just the yellow initially, like, the yellow reads yellowish, but then it also reads like green.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like it.
I like it too. I really like it too.
I think it's a really nice color.
Yeah.
And then this has like almost some more like white in it, but it's really not. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So, and then you have like this one here, which has definitely more gray in it, and this one, the yellowy green, is a little darker, but they were all dyed in the same pot.
Yeah, it's just really interesting. The process is really interesting. Like, look at the darkness.
Right, it has
there.
some dark.
It's cool. That's really cool.
Some really light gray here. So yeah, this is that.
Really fun. Good job.
Thank you. Let's see if I could actually do
Everybody's
this.
Watching. Oh my God, you know what I got into? TikTok. I blame Kevin, and I hate him for it. What a time sink that stupid thing is.
It really is.
What a time sink. I laugh so hard, and you like next thing you know, like an hour has gone by. What did I just do with my life?
Yeah. not great, but it's better. So yeah.
Cool. I love it. I really love it.
So we have these 4.
Like they're all the same but different.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, me too.
And then
Great job.
last weekend, I was messing around with some orange and blue and gray. And then these, though, were dyed in the same pot but at different times.
Yeah.
I put one in first to take up some of the orange dye that was left over. And so it took the majority of it. And then I put the other one in to take up the lingering dye. And so it's a little bit lighter. And one has a little more blue in it and one a little more gray.
Those are so good. Those are so good.
This is the one that went in first. And then this is the bottom one went in second.
Oh,
I love the blue in it.
Me too.
Like the really bright spots of it. And this one you can, that one fell apart. But this one you can tell, I think, has a little more, no, I was going to say a little more gray. But here, this one fell apart. So we'll just take this one out.
You hear my stomach growling?
I do hear your stomach growling. So this has a really, nice section of blue here.
It does.
Which is
and
even
then,
on the inside a little bit darker on the inside. And then this is almost like a tan color because of the blue and the gray getting mixed in with it. And then, but you have a much different tone on this side of it. So yeah, I do. I love. It's a lot of fun to just
play around
and see what happens. I definitely give, people who do this for a living a ton of credit because I don't, I've been struggling lately with how much dye do you use, how much acid, and I've watched Chemnitz, I've watched Fiber for the People, I think that's who it is, right?
Mm-hmm. But what's interesting is that everybody has their unique way of doing it. There's no right way to do it. It's just what's successful for them. Right. And their setup and the types of dye that they use or the type of yarn that you use. I think it's really interesting. Yeah.
And then this one here, I just love, I love the blue in this.
Me too.
Where, this blue here, right here, that really bright blue is so pretty.
It is. You did a really good job.
This one reminds me of, driftwood and in water. Oh. Right? You got the sand, some driftwood.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? It reminds me of finding driftwood at the beach.
Finding driftwood at the beach.
But yeah, so this has been fun. I have some more that I dyed that's drying currently.
Yeah, which I love.
Yeah, I have one that is... I have a couple skeins of just kind of like this blue, but it's still very tonal. It's actually almost gradiates where it's the bright blue at the top and then just kind of fades down to a really light blue, which is really pretty.
It's really pretty.
And then some bright oranges, rusty color oranges, and gray, and maybe some blue in there as well. Mm-hmm. So I was just messing around with those 3 colors to kind of see what can happen when you mix and match them together. So that's been fun.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Really good job.
And then now that's kind of like all of our fiber content. Now it's just...
Now we have some Breaking the Bank,
Owl Post, and then we talk about what we've been kind of watching and reading.
Yeah, and if y'all are interested in that, thank you for stopping by.
Yes, we appreciate it.
A pleasure, as always. Love you, bye. Moving on.
What do you have on your side to show?
I have 2 things.
Do you have
3 things?
Do you have Owl Post? You do. You do have.
I do. I have 1 owl post.
Okay, and as do I. So you go first with your owl post.
Okay, so we mentioned this in the very beginning of the podcast. This is by the Moonlight Studio. I had entered, and I talked about this, I think, in our live. I might have talked about it in our last podcast as well. Mm-hmm. I entered a giveaway on Instagram, and I ended up winning, which I've never won anything like that before, so it was really exciting. And so speaking with the dyer, I got to choose the skein, and she named it after me.
How
so
cute.
This is Ray.
That's so pretty.
What? This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This is her by the Moonlight Studio. Can you move your head? I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, But if you bring it back and allow it to come into focus and then move forward slowly, will it still focus?
No, I don't think so. I think it's starting to focus on us. But it doesn't matter. So we'll have this link down below as well. And don't forget, she has a coupon code RAY15. And
until the 16th of March.
So look at colorway. Look, I've never had a colorway named after me before.
Well, kind of.
Raven.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, this is all mine. This is 80-20, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Nostrovia. This is 400 yards, bless you, in 100 grams.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She just opened up an Etsy shop.
Yeah.
She had a
eBay shop.
eBay shop. So now she just opened up an Etsy shop. And she's got some really beautiful colors. I love her inspiration. She always posts like her photos of her yarn are very
Me.
Are very well done. And so this is Ray.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, very
love
nice.
it. And I love her stitch marker. It's a little
the stitch marker's great. It actually reminds me of Sailor Moon.
Yeah. It reminds me of that moon right there in her logo. I love her logo, by the way. So Fun by the Moonlight Studio. Mischievous yarns to enrich the soul. Great job.
Very nice.
Yeah. And you can follow her on Instagram at By the Moonlight Studio.
All right. So mine, I will post, is from Nancy at Trilogy Yarns was really kind to send me some marled yarn that I could try dyeing with.
It looks cool by itself.
It really does. I actually have some back here that, like, this, which my sweater yarn that I got from Knit Picks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is I'm not dyeing this. I could, but
you could.
I'm gonna leave it as is for my sweater.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, this she sent me some that she didn't plan on using, so that I could just kind of dye and have some fun with. So, thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, she's so nice.
She really is.
We love Nancy.
We do. Yeah.
Cool beans.
I know. I got to figure out what to do.
Lovely.
With that. It'll be interesting to play around with it since obviously.
And that's sock base. That's a sock base.
I think so.
Yeah. Marled sock yarn.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Fun times.
Lovely.
Fun times.
Good.
Oh, and then
I have an acquisition from Nancy I can show you.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You have everything else. I don't have anything else over here.
Okay, because it was only one more thing, but we're going to show it all together. So, I am part of Nancy's at Trilogy Yarns Happy Hour Club. This is my 3rd month. And, y'all, this month, I love it.
I do like that one, too.
Oh, my God. So, she gets a drink inspiration. And then she dyes up a yarn to match that inspiration. And she includes a recipe for the actual drink, which I still have yet to make. We need to start drinking more.
Okay.
This is a mint
Chicata.
Coco Chata Martini.
Coco Chata Martini.
Choco Chata? Choco Chata?
Choco Chata.
I don't know. What's my neck doing, yo? So, mint Choco Chata Martini. It's got rum chata, chocolate vodka, creme de menthe, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yum. Here's the color. You want to see yum?
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I know everything reminds me of mint chocolate chip ice cream. But look, does this not spring? Does this not... What?
I have no idea what...
Does this not scream mint chocolate chata, chata, martini? Does to me. And how cute. Little stitch marker.
I know. That's adorable.
Isn't it adorable? So I'm very excited about this colorway. I was going to do socks with all of her colorways, but this one is like so nice to put on my feet. But maybe I will. I don't have any like socks this color.
You could do another
sockhead
slouch.
Maybe. But this is her on her MCN base. It's 4-ply, 80-10-10.
80-10-10.
450 yards, 100 grams. So
very
good.
nice. Love that color.
So me too. So that's it.
And then last. So
speaking of clubs,
this is our last.
This is our last
Harry Potter club from Amanda.
Mm-hmm. So this is this month's. I'm gonna show the egg first without showing the yarn. Do you think I can? So this is the egg inspiration, and this is the yarn. And it's so different and so good.
This
We have it on her Cantus base, which is an 80-20, 400 yards for 100 grams, fingering weight. This is called the Ukrainian Iron Belly by Amanda Knits.
I swear it's going to be a Vertices Unite.
So we wanted to show the whole club because
I've loved every
skein
color. Yeah.
has been knocked out of the park, completely up our alleys. I can't even get over the amount of work that she puts into these skeins of yarn.
I know. The crazy thing with them is that when you compared them all to the picture that she includes, they're just like so spot on.
They're so good.
So we thought it would be fun.
Hi,
Hey, Bugs. What's up, buddy?
So we thought it would be, go ahead.
To show all 6 together, just because it was, I don't know, I wonder, was this her first time doing a club?
Yes.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
So for her first time doing a club...
I'm pretty sure it was.
If it was, like, kudos to her, because it's such a good job. Give us a little bit, handsome. Here, I'll hold 3 and you hold 3. So this, again, was Ukrainian Iron Belly. Then we have the Peruvian... I'm going to try to do this. Peruvian Viper Tooth. And then Hebridean Black.
And then this is the Chinese Fireball.
I can't.
Common Welsh Green. And the Romanian Longhorn.
Which the Romanian Longhorn I used in my cowl that I showed last episode.
So these 3 are amazing together.
These 3 are too, actually.
And those 3 are amazing together. And they all are amazing together. So she did a really good job.
Yeah, she did a good job.
This was her club. The eggs, I loved. It's such a unique take on like a Harry Potter type of club. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's all like the dragons and the dragon eggs. And I thought it was so clever. If I can turn that around so you can see all the eggs.
Yeah, like...
How cool.
Oh, here, let's turn this one. Yeah, like... And she printed up all of these eggs.
Yeah.
You know, the colors. It's just such a good job. Oh, wait, I used this one too. Did I not?
I feel like you used...
No.
I haven't used any of mine. I
No.
don't know what I'm going to do with them.
I bought an extra one of the Romanian.
Yes, you did.
I bought an extra one of it, so I didn't really use the one for my club.
Yeah.
But this, it actually reminds me a little bit of her Paul Pine. Just it has a lot more of the purple in it. The Paul Pine has brown in it as well, but that's why it looks familiar. But yeah.
So if you haven't knit with Amanda Yarns or Amanda Knits yarn, what an incredible experience, and her colors are just so cool.
Yeah, because we've done something. Fox Farts? Fox Farts.
Fox Farts is with my sockhead slouch.
Finter. I think we've used Finter from her as well in something. Yep. And avocado toast.
These you can't have these.
No, I can't have those. So that is that. And then also, I'm not going to go through them all, but she sends a little package. So this one came with a magnet, some stitch markers, a progress keeper, a sticker of Luna. So just a nice little
and she
package
makes a lot of these. So she made this.
Yeah, she makes
one
a bunch
of the ones that are in here. There's a magnet in here. Yeah, really cool. What a great
Uber
club.
Talented.
What a great club. I loved it. I love her so much.
And yeah, so now let's talk about what we've been reading and watching.
Okay. You want to do reading first?
No, we typically end with reading. Let's talk about what we've watched.
Well, I have a lot to say about what we watched.
So we watched like 2 weekends ago, we watched Night Stalker, which is the documentary on Netflix. I'm getting
chills up my spine already.
About Richard Ramirez.
Yes.
And it was very good. It's 4 episodes. It's really creepy. Ray got really creeped out.
Totally. I couldn't.
We watched them all in one night. Like, we sat down, I think before dinner and started and just, like, watched it.
And it's told from the perspective of...
the detectives who work the case.
Right.
Really, I mean, such a good, detailed documentary.
I'm, like, scared already.
And so that night we were going to bed and Ray fell asleep before me while we were reading and I coughed. And he woke up. He's like, what was that? I was like, I coughed? Are you sure? Everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I
thought somebody
was
breaking into the house.
He thought
it really creeped me out. Creeped me out because it's like, it happened. Like, it really happened. But it was,
Yeah.
Unreal.
It's,
really just unreal.
And didn't we talk? We were talking last, right? That afterwards, or recently, with the them being able to go back and check DNA, that they found out that he was responsible for some other crimes prior to when they thought, which isn't surprising because I believe when they were talking about him, like in that final episode,
when they were talking to him and he.
No, remember they showed on one of the walls, they had all of his victims and they had the dates, and they said that they were pretty confident in the fact that that first one that happened, I think in March of '84, that there were victims prior to that. That probably wasn't his first victim.
That scares me so much more than like the
Freddy Krueger
or any of that stuff. It's just like, I can't.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But that was...
It was really good, though. If you're interested in, it's a documentary, so if you like documentaries or you're interested in, true crime kind of stuff, I would highly, highly recommend that.
For sure.
Because I didn't know... I mean, I've heard the name, but I didn't know a lot of the...
details.
The details, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then we watched another one.
Because why not torture ourselves more...
So then we watched The Vanishing at the Cecil
Hotel.
Holiday Inn.
It's not a Holiday Inn. It's far from Holiday Inn.
So far from it. And that I'm going to go with I don't like it. The Cecil Hotel one. I thought that was so poorly done. Compared to
the documentary.
Compared to the Night Stalker, there was so much extra information there that I did not need. I think that it was there to fill space.
Oh, it totally was.
I think that the whole thing was
tragic,
incredibly tragic.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't.
I think
I walked away being disappointed with the overall content of that documentary.
Yeah, because I think we had just finished watching Night Stalker, and every episode was carrying the story along. There was, a little bit of background, with the detectives and stuff like that. Right. But it carried the story along, right? Correct. So like you had something happen, and then you followed up on that something that happened. Something else happened, you've had follow up on that something that happened. This one, you had something that happened, then some random
bit of information that you got really detailed
then some more random bit of information about something not necessarily related to what the actual story is, which is Elisa Lam, and her disappearance. And I mean, it's totally a creepy thing. It's absolutely tragic, and the way that the internet kind of took this. But it talked a lot. There was a lot of internet sleuthing, which is what they call it. And I've never even heard that term before, but they're internet sleuths who try to solve things. But I don't know. So there was information, background, not really background. What are we saying? Wow, you might be a little bit disturbed yourself, Mr.
Absolutely. There were some completely disturbed people that they interviewed. I was like, whoa. Yeah. Back up.
Yeah. It was good, train wreck, train wreck, good, train wreck, train wreck.
Yeah.
It could have probably been told in 30 minutes, I'm sure, the whole entire story.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would still recommend.
I don't know.
I would still recommend it.
I don't know. I don't think that I could. I actually think that there are other stories within that documentary that would be way better to be
Agreed.
told.
I was going to say I would recommend it for a documentary on internet sleuthing. Correct. And to look at it from that perspective versus the perspective of the disappearance of, Elisa Lam.
Right.
Maybe just look at the internet sleuthing, and that's
how that
just the background of it.
Correct. And maybe how that can impact people's lives by...
Yeah.
Because I
wouldn't watch it as a true crime. No, you want to get start to finish and all the details in between, because you will be disappointed.
Yeah, it was definitely not the quality of Night Stalker by any means.
No.
I would recommend Night Stalker over and over. This one,
totally.
Like,
I could never watch it again, though.
Oh.
I could never watch it again.
No, I mean, I don't know that I would need to watch it again.
I don't think I'd need to either, but I just couldn't. I could never watch it again.
So then we finished...
So that was that. The happy thoughts.
Good times.
Let's send that out into the universe.
We wrapped up WandaVision last night. Last night was the series finale. It was so good.
It was really good. And some of you people have made some comments that you tried to watch WandaVision and you thought it was a ripoff of like Bewitched or different shows.
Not a ripoff. It was that...
Like a redo or something.
No, that they didn't get it, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's not meant to... it actually explains the Bewitched portion in the previous episode, I think. Last week's episode it shows, or even the one before that maybe.
Yeah.
But it does kind of explain the transition where every episode for the first like 3 or 4 went through a different TV show.
Yeah. It totally did. And I think it's funny because if you turned it off because you're like, what is this nonsense? Is this just like a remake or I don't understand? Give it some time if you like Marvel for sure. And superheroes and all, and like their origin stories, kind of. Even though it wasn't necessarily an origin story, but it kind of was.
It was towards the end. I thought it was a pretty decent story for her.
Same. And so I would definitely give it another try. Just
for sure.
Just try it again if that's really what you thought. But I thought it was good. And funny, we started the season finale last night.
Gosh.
And because this show is like
different,
it's so different.
You don't know what to expect.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect exactly. And so the beginning was all in French, and we're like, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. I don't speak French, so but still, like, where are they going to go with this?
We thought there was a purpose, that it was leading up to something.
Right. And then we're like, no.
It's still
something's off. It's still in French. So we look, apparently somehow we changed our Netflix settings.
No,
well, not Netflix.
I think just Apple TV in general or Disney Plus, we changed it to French.
Which is good to know that they have that option, that you can like have dubbed in. They had a bunch of different languages that
they really did. Yeah.
Somehow it was chosen on French, so we were the idiots thinking like, oh, what's going to happen next? What are you trying to say? Like,
I literally thought that there was a purpose, that it was building up to like this moment.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was the previously on was in French, so we thought, okay, so it's doing something weird. Something's going to happen immediately when they get to this week's episode.
Then you're thinking like maybe it's still televised, quote unquote, from Wanda's perspective, but like dubbed in a different language.
And then
I don't know.
I said to Ray, I was like, maybe she's speaking Sokovian. Like maybe this is like
I was like, no, that's
her
French
language. He was like, no, it's French. I was like, okay. So it was really, really good. It introduced a new character who I'm really interested to see if she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
And then I really like what they did with the Scarlet Witch and
Vision too.
And Vision, and fleshed her out a lot more and got her to a different point where she's going to start phase 4, I think, or 5, whichever the next phase is of the Marvel movies, because she will be in the next Doctor Strange.
That makes a lot of sense because they did make some references. There were some Easter eggs in there.
Right. So,
I didn't know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, she's going to be a big part of the next Doctor Strange movie. So I think that this was just to get that character, not just to, but to help get the character to where she needed to be for that role.
Gotcha.
So that was really interesting. And I read an article that for her, it was interesting to do a TV show, because she is the sister of the Olsens. She's the younger sister.
What?
How did you not know this?
Wait, like Michelle?
No, Mary Kate and Ashley.
Who's Michelle?
They played Michelle.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So she's their younger sister.
Oh my god,
so
she doesn't look like... She's not a mess, though. The other ones are a mess. She looks like she got her shit together.
She did.
Yeah.
I mean, but she would go to the set of Full House when they were filming. And just like run.
How did I not know this?
I have no idea how you did not know that. Her name is Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay. Well, Olsen's not like a uncommon name.
How many Olsens do you know?
What? Owen? Oh no, that's Owen Wilson. Put them together and you get Olsen. Carry on. I'm sure there are a ton, and we're probably going to get a lot of people below saying who...
My last name's Olsen.
Right.
I know. So then...
Jimmy.
Oh, true.
Duh.
Do you ever find that interesting how superhero universes, a lot of the characters have the same names? from DC and Marvel, or like some variation of it.
Yeah, I think in the early days there was a lot of like
Competition.
Yeah, and crossing over of like artists and all of that before each one was like super established. I think there was like a documentary on it or something, or they might have talked about it on like Comic Book Men or whatever they call it.
And then lastly, like for myself, I've been watching it while I work. I'm rewatching the Teen Wolf series that aired on MTV. We watched it when it was airing.
We did,
and if you haven't watched it and you do like supernatural shows, it's really well done. Even going back watching it now, I'm like, this was really well done. Some of the acting, especially from Tyler Posey at the beginning when he gets angry, really frustrates me because his yelling is just like not good.
Yeah.
But I forget how much I love those characters and their progression through the entire show. Like Lydia and Styles are two of my favorite characters.
Same.
And their progression through that entire, I think it's 7 seasons, is so incredible. Lydia, I just love them.
I'm not a fan of the last couple of seasons though, like at all.
It
was a chore to watch, I feel like. I remember, I mean, I haven't watched it since, so maybe my perspective is different. But.
Right. But I just enjoyed, and I enjoyed, like, the cast. They, and I'm rewatching it and realizing some of the stories that are told here in I'm on season 2 now, these first 2 seasons, how they are then kind of wrapped up in the final ones, where some of it comes up, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, wouldn't have picked up on that initially. Here it comes again. So that's what we've been watching. What about what have we been reading?
Well, I finished, I always forget, Court of Mist and Fury.
Okay.
I found it amazing. It was what a great book. This is part of the Court of Thorns and Roses series by, I can't remember her name right now, but I'll have that
Sarah
link below. Sarah
Maas.
Maas, Maas. Wow, it's really good. I think they're fleshing out this whole universe, following the main character and her progression, and it's like I've changed. It's so good. Yeah. It's not. I'm like, I don't want to give a lot away, but you're at a point now where I would have never even considered this a possibility in the first book.
Okay.
At all. It's like that Team Edward, Team Jacob kind of thing, but like to the extreme. Completely great. And I started the 3rd book now, which is of wings and he's laying in his bed.
Score. So we have a bed in here for him that's right over there, and he's laying down.
We can't make eye contact.
Nope.
Because I think he's waiting.
He is.
So I'm going to try to get my phone without... I'm going to knock this tower of yarn over. Kevin, I can't help it because I have to get the name of the book.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, good. So it's of wings and something else.
Wings and Glory?
No.
Wings and Hope?
No, but it's definitely... There's no hope here.
Wings and Air?
No. Court of Wings. You guys are all probably staring at me. Wings and Ruin. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I just started it. I'm probably maybe about 15% of the way through. Wow, it's really good. I love this series.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people said in the beginning that the series was very risque. I mean, there's definitely there's not a lot of sex in it or any of those intimate moments, but when there are, I mean there are, but it doesn't take over the story at all. It doesn't take away from the story. So I like it. I really like it a lot.
Good for you.
Thanks so much. And we are reading those. Some people had asked questions.
Do we
do on Audible or do we read? And 99% of the time we're actually reading them on our Kindle before bed or whatever. Audible, I was on a break from Audible, but I think now with taking him for WALKs again in the warmer weather, I'll be listening to some more books. But
well, you can, but you also listen to your lectures sometimes while you're doing that.
True. That's it. That's what I've read.
So
and you
finished reading. I don't think I finished it the last episode, but I finished reading The Whisper Man by Alex North. So good.
Creepy.
Really love the book. Love the ending. The ending wrapped everything up pretty nicely. A nice little bow. Kind of. There's a little weird stuff that still happened. But we were talking about it on Thursday night with our knit night, and Carrie had gone and read the description. It was like, if you like scary...
Carrie from the Creative Obsession.
Mm-hmm. If you like scary, like fear for your life type of stuff. And I did not think it was that. I think that it was a good mystery. There were creepy parts. There were some moments. But oh my God, he's so cute.
I know, he's so cute. I can't. I'm going to see if I can take a picture of him. Carry on.
So really recommend that if you like a thriller mystery type of book. And then
this is the pooch right now.
Sleeping.
Curled up.
And then after that I needed, because there, some intense stuff that happens in there, I then needed a little lighthearted book. So I read of Secrets.
Can we just go back to that for a minute?
Yeah.
Kevin he tried so hard to tell me about this book as he's reading, because we do talk about, like, when we're reading, like,
we actually talk to each other when we're home.
Right, we do have conversations. We do. So, but we'll talk about, like, what we're reading, and like, oh, how's your book? And it's good. The main character's doing this, or it's interesting. This is how I feel about it. And so I didn't care. I couldn't.
I would try to, and he's like, "Why are you talking?
Just stop
to me?"
talking.
Like,
to
literally
me.
with like anger in there.
No,
just like straight up. Why are you talking to me about this?
Talking about like hands coming through the door.
Why are you still talking about it?
Right, and he would just keep going.
Absolutely, because we're having.
I tried really hard to give you an outlet, because I know how important it is to be able to have conversation, and to like share. But I couldn't.
I'm just not talking to you anymore.
No, you can, because now you're not reading anything crazy. But like, I think
I'm only going to read crazy from now on.
I know it's important. I wasn't a good.
You're not supportive.
I wasn't being, not during that book. I sure was not. Sorry, carry on. I just wanted to add that little tidbit in there.
So I needed something light. So I read of Secrets and Wolves by Alice Winters. It's actually a fairly new book. I don't know how many books are going to be in the series. The second book comes out in a couple days. It comes out on the 13th. This is a male romance, shifters, and I don't even know what state, but I liked it. I liked the book so far. So what I like with this shifter series is that they are wolves, bears, ocelots, snow leopard, and part of it is there's some experimentation in the book as well. And one of the there was a little bit of a twist that I saw like coming, like I kind of figured it as it was progressing. I don't know that I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to continue with the series.
Okay.
So I hate when I find a series that I enjoy, but then it becomes like 15 books sometimes. Yeah, remember like Harley Merlin?
I know. I really want to know what's going on though, because anymore. I know, but it was it's a good series. I can't.
I know.
What's the lady's name? Jessica or whatever? Like, is she dead? Like, what did you do?
Oh, I know.
The main character. She doesn't even have like a creepy name. It's like a normal name.
No, you mean the bad guy.
Yeah, the main
bad guy.
No, not the main character's Harvey Merlin.
But it was just like, that was a good series, Harley. The first like 3 books, and then it was like, whoa, why are we dragging this out more? So I don't know that I want to invest that much time into another new series. I thought it was only going to be a 1-book wonder. Yeah. So we'll see. But I did enjoy it. I like the 2 main characters kind of in it. One of them is really lighthearted and cheerful and funny. So, and the other one was, the serious. So they balance each other out really well. I like the story. So we'll see. We'll see what I plan to do with that. And then I'm currently reading In the Darkness by Mike. I'm going to go with Omer. O-M-E-R, right? Omer. Yeah, because it'd be Homer without the H. So Omer.
Okay.
This is the Zoe Bentley series. I read the first book a couple years ago, and I just never picked up. So this follows up with the first book. It takes place a month later. And Zoe is a forensic psychologist. She is a consultant with the Behavioral Analyst Unit of the FBI. So she's a profiler, basically. Uh-huh. So in the first book, you kind of find out more of her background. She grew up in a town where there was a serial killer. And it ties into the first book, but now it's also carrying over to the second book. But she's in Texas currently working on a case where the serial killer is burying the victims alive in a box.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's going through currently what's going on, and then going back, you get bits and pieces from the serial killer's perspective as he grew up, or she, I don't know. I believe we know it's a man. As they grow up, kind of showing their thought process through this and where they got to where they are now. And this one it's really well written. I like the character. I like the character Zoe. I'm a little concerned that they introduced a character who may be the serial killer, and I was like, oh, he's going to be it, and I'm going to be mad.
You called it within like the first 15 minutes.
And then I was like, oh, no, he's not. And then again, I was like, oh, maybe he's going to be.
Really? I asked you last night.
I think after
changed
reading
your mind?
I think after reading last night, I was like, oh, possibly. So we'll see. I'm just over halfway done with it. And I think there's a third book in the series. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. It's a nice little mystery thriller.
You know what? Book. I just thought about what book I want to reread, and I keep forgetting that we have it.
What?
Maximum Ride. Do you remember that book?
I do. It's
because you said about experimentation and stuff.
Yeah. It is a much longer series, though. They released a lot of books, and I think I only read the first one.
I read the first 2 or 3. The first one was the best. That's by Scott. No.
Isn't that James Patterson?
James Patterson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that was another series that I was so into. The Women's Murder Club. I think I got up to book 7.
You know what else I really want to read series-wise is Aragon.
Oh, yeah. The Dragon Trainer, whatever it is.
I know that the book or the movie's like awful, apparently.
Not to us. We loved it.
But when you compare it to the book,
probably.
It's supposed to be really bad.
We tend to like movies that other people don't like. Like The Last Airbender. Like, I love that movie. Didn't you?
Yeah.
And I was really aggravated that they're not.
But we never watched the series.
No,
we never watched the cartoon.
No,
I've watched bits and pieces of it. There was something. But yeah, I enjoy watching the Aragon movie. I'll watch it when it's on, and I know that there's so much more in the like background, and you can kind of tell. So that's another series that I would like to read.
That would be fun.
But I think that's everything, y'all.
I think so too.
So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you're still here,
thank
you for.
Hopefully, y'all are still here.
Subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. Don't forget, we're gonna have the link below if you're interested in joining a men's knit night on Zoom. If you have any feedback on that, even like moving it to an earlier time on the weekends on a Saturday, please let us know. We're just trying to get a good feel for what people would like. And just so we can kind of figure out how to manage this, because it literally was a whim where we talked about it 5 minutes before the live, and we just announced
it. So we probably bit off a little bit more than we could chew, but whatever, we'll make it work.
Out.
Yeah. And then don't forget to, if you're interested, join our make-along, our spring cleaning make-along for any of those whips that you might have hanging around since March 1st. And check out all of the shops below for our discount codes.
Yes, and our show notes for any patterns and yarns. And then we always list some of the shops that we frequent and some of our favorite podcasters.
Yeah.
We rotate the podcasters. We list 5. We rotate them every episode.
I also added down below some techniques that we talked about in this episode. So
the Sewn Bind-off and Fish Lips Kiss Heel.
Yeah.
And
Fish Lips Kiss Heel should be listed under the patterns, but under techniques is Judy's Magic Cast On, and then the Sewn Bind-off as well.
Okay, cool.
So if we missed anything, just shoot us a message.
Yeah, send us a message. That's all.
We love you guys, so we love hearing from you. So please keep up the comments. Like Kevin said, subscribe if you haven't.
Give us a thumbs up.
Or
a thumbs down.
Yeah. Interact with us. That's all we want.
Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Again, we appreciate it. We hope you guys have a good fortnight.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Wear your mask.
Stay warm. It's
craft.
Getting warmer out
now. Up here in the northern hemisphere, we're almost at spring. I think we'll be spring next episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. And probably daylight savings will have hit. So we'll be losing some sleep.
Spring, yeah, you're right. Spring ahead.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And we will see you in a fortnight.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.